First of all, let's address the elephant in the room. I know it's been a while. I've missed you guys too. I'm sure you've missed me. Of course you've missed me.
Who you gonna call? Ants Attic. Yeah.
Where have I been, though, is what I hear you all collectively crying into your phones and computers and TVs or wherever you watch this stuff. And I've just seen myself. I'm getting bigger. This used to be a loose fitting top. Oh, Lord have mercy. Oh, from the side. Jesus Christ, that's bad. All right, fine. Let's get ourselves in the gym. But first, sugar is the devil. Where have I been? That is a good question. I've been busy. I've been so busy throughout the end of October and into November doing this. So the idea of like starting Ants Attic rather than BZ Resells, BZ short for Backstitch, which is the name of my business, my company, Resells was what I was doing. But Ants Attic is a little bit different because, and I'll get into a little bit of story about this in a bit, but Ants Attic, this is where I make money. This is where I make my living, up in my attic with you guys sometimes. But when I'm not in the attic and I'm out there, I'm doing other stuff. And that other stuff is hosting murder mysteries, dressing up as Santa. Oh, spoiler alert, that's coming up later on this month. Being in the background on TV shows, and all that sort of stuff. And as well as that, I'm dabbling in stocks, shares, ETFs, and crypto. So, the funny thing is, whilst I was out doing my murder mystery weekenders at Warner Hotels, name drop, one guy came up to me and went, "Oh, how come you changed the name of your channel? It was like a crossover episode." I was like, "What? Wait, what? You know about my reselling?" So I explained what I just said to you, to him. And yeah, there we go. So what have I been up to? I'm not going to spin the camera around because it's a pain in the backside to do, but what I am going to do, slump past me big belly. God, it is big, isn't it? It's not, oh, Lord have mercy. Watch this. This is literally what I see when I'm talking to you. The camera up there. It's a decent little camera. But I'll show you around the room a little bit because there's only stuff that's listed is up there. This is my death pile. Now, I've bought a lot of stuff whilst I've been... I've just spotted me belly standing up and at the side as well. Wow. It's like I'm pregnant. Okay, but so I've got that as a death pile. That's unlisted. These things I bought at the Vintage Wholesale Supply, but as you can see, a lot of them have come with either stains or they're disintegrating. Look at all this. This is like... rubber, dropped rubber, but this I think has also got a dodgy zip or the lining is ripped. But anyway, there were 13 things that came through, and oh, this is an absolute killer because this is a Mannschaft, which is the German national football team. But as you can see, look, it's all ripped and battered. This is grade A stuff. I paid £191 for 50 jackets like that, and 14 of them came pretty much unsellable. They were rusted, they were corroded, they were ripped, they were torn. Now, I know, if you're a long time watcher of the channel, you will know that I've had Excuse me. I've had beef with Vintage Wholesale Supply, but it got resolved, and they gave me a voucher to use on their website for the amount that they missold me another order for. So I got a God, how much was it? £228 is what I spent on Ralph Lauren coats. They were meant to be coats. They sent me blazers. They're not the same thing. So I complained. I did a chargeback, and eventually I spoke to a guy called Hussein, and he sorted it all out for me. He said, I'm very sorry. Keep the blazers, and here's a voucher to use on the shop for £228. So I put an order in with them, waited till Black Friday, great time to do it, and I bought 100 cable knit sweaters, tweed jackets, and 50 shell sport jackets. You know, that sort of like tracksuit tops. The tweed jackets, they've come, they stink. They need a freshen up. But I expected that because they were relatively cheap. It was 50 for £61 or something like that. Well, maybe a little bit more. And the cable knit sweaters, again, unbranded, but they had a cost of less than £1 per item. So I'm like, even if I double up and sell them for £2 or £3 each, bundle them like 3 for a fiver, 5 for a tenner, whatever. I'll make my money back off those. Very little effort, but the big money was meant to come out of the shell jackets, and unfortunately, when at least a third of the order is unsellable or not grade A. I've had boxes from them before with similar garments. You could sell them out the box. Nothing else extra was needed. So it's disappointing because I thought they were over this. They've done a big PR push. Like, listen, we're under new management. Everything's gonna be great. You guys are gonna be fine. Come back to us. So I did. And I trusted you. Vintage Wholesale Supply, but it's a risk. It's a risk, as I just, it's a game of hit and miss. Sometimes you hit, and I've made a lot of money. I've got some really good bargains from those guys, but the misses are painful because you're outlaying quite a lot, and you're lucky if you break even. If there's no resolution from them, I've got about 30 jackets, and I have to wash every single one, so that adds to the cost of. It just adds to the cost. Got to wash every single one. And I've got to spend time and effort doing all that takes me away from time and effort I could be putting into other things to make me money. It's a little bit frustrating. You want what you buy. If you're selling grade A stuff, give me grade A stuff. Just want to share an example of a garment absolutely perishing in the wash. These are all like bits of rubber. They're all over everything. I've given it a wash. I gave all these a wash because they fucking stunk coming out of the Vintage Wholesale Supply. As you can see, they've all disintegrated over each other. Don't know what I'll do there. Crap. So, it just gets worse and worse. Look at all this crap that's come off. And this is the culprit. It's a Timberland jacket. But inside, all of the rubber has perished, and then during the wash, it's disintegrated and come out. So this jacket's a write-off, and it's also fucked the other clothes that went in with it. What else have I been up to? Oh, God, yeah, okay, so government surplus auctions, that's a completely different thing. I shared... there's actually one going on right now. I don't know if I'm doing well on them, but last night I went through the entire auction. There's like 1,700 listings, and I put my maximum bids on the things that I wanted, and if I get them, great, and if I don't, that's also great, because by the time I'd finished bidding last night, I was up to £1,500 of committed bidding. So I was bidding on them, and I was in the lead. £1,500. I don't have £1,500 to spend on stock right now. Not really. So hopefully I get outbid on a lot of that stuff. But like I said, I've got so much stuff that would be a nice little extra stuff coming in. But some of the stuff that I bought at the Ofcom surplus auction has already gone. One guy in Germany bought let's put it up on the screen. I'll show you. I'm not just saying words. Let's make this interactive. I had actually a really positive week on eBay whilst I was semi away in Somerset. Oh. So that's good. I don't know if you saw that. Let's wind you back in. Check this out. Waiting. This is just sold today. It's the hold on. Let's move that up. I don't want you seeing my bookmarks. Thank you very much. This is a men's velour smoking jacket with satin lining. This, if you are on social media, which I assume you are because you're watching this right now, there's a guy called Troy Hawk. Very funny guy. Not bragging or anything, but he and I like best mates. But I saw that there was a smoking jacket like this. It was in the trade outlet in Ashton in Makerfield. And I can't remember how much it was, but the comps on eBay showed it selling for like 100, 110. It's been sat on my rail for ages at £110, didn't sell. So I've done a 50% off. And anything that's been sat on my shelf longer than 120 days, I just put 50% off. And bada bing, bada boom, this sold for £45. It's not the 100 plus or whatever, but it's gone, it's shifted, it's cash flow coming in. So paid and dispatched. Let's show you a little highlight of, so these are still flying out. Is that, where are you going? Just wanted this. These earphones are flying out. They're doing really well. Earphones, ear protectors, ear defenders. Again, I bought them at auction. They cost me about less than £3 each, all in. And I've been selling them mostly on Vinted for £8 to £10 for these ones. And there's some bulkier ones as well that have been going for about 10 to, I think 14 is the highest I've sold that. So they're making me about £5 to £10 profit every single one. And I bought a box of 35 of them, I think. So yeah, that's just from government. That's army surplus that I've bought, and I'm flipping on the internet. Weed grinders. How much has that gone for there? How much did that go for? £12. £12 all in. Cost me £4. That's another £5 profit. And this is the big boy. This is the one. A Road and Schwartz EBD 190 directional finder unit, DF unit. Basically, I don't know where or how these work, but I saw it on the government surplus auction website, and I was like, that just looks expensive. So I put a bid in. I think I picked it up. Oh, do you know what? Should we look it up? I want to give you the actual numbers. Is it this one? Yes, it is. So where are we? This one. Look at this for a fucking good one. It cost me £34. £34, the Road and Schwartz EDF 190. And there's like, that looks like it costs way more than that. And it does. And I listed it for £400 on eBay. And sure enough, some guy in Germany bought it. £400. Can you see that? I'm not going to zoom in on this because I assume you can see. But trust me, this number there, or if you're watching on a phone, it's going to be impossible to see. £400. What a cracker. £34. Okay, plus VAT, call it 40, plus delivery of 60 quid. Now, this wasn't the only thing. You can see there's all sorts of stuff on here. What are all these words? Look, it's Ofcom. It was all sorts of stuff. So these antennas are huge. They are massive. £10 each. And I've got them listed at the moment. Now, bear in mind, that was only listed for like a week and it sold for 400. So that guy's probably got a great deal. It's probably worth a lot more. But I'm very happy to turn 40 quid into 400. Trust me, I am. But let me show you the listings for these antennas. Currently listed, fucking hell, I've listed them for £995. Okay, that might be asking a bit much. But they look like UFOs. Now, it might not, that's not that big. It's about 2 meters wide. It's massive. And I think, you know when you're driving past big, like, antenna arrays, and you see these big white circular things, that's these things. I've got 2 of them. I'm asking £1,000. I'm asking £1,000 each for them. And I think That includes free postage. Oh no, does it? I should just say free postage if I'm asking £1,000, shouldn't I? Anyway, look, if they... maybe £1,000 is a bit much to ask, because these are sort of things that you put on boats and stuff like that as well, so they kind of know where radio waves are coming from and stuff. I don't know. It goes with the box. I thought the guy would like buy the other things. Well, maybe I'll drop the price of these to £400 each as well. I'll end up shipping them off to Germany. But these are big and they are heavy. They're about 20 plus kilos each. They were not easy to shift around. But if we go back to this, you can see I spent a total of £25 on those two things. Then this NADA personal safety radiation monitor, 40 quid. I've got it listed for more. I don't know. But the point is, right, there's money to be made. There's money to be made. That entire pallet cost me £338. Selling one item off the pallet made me £400, so I'm already in profit. Everything else that I sell now, I could sell for like a tenner each, and I'm still in profit. I've still made money. Just goes, it's a risk. Fuck me, it's a risk. What if nothing sold and I've just put out £338? Gutted. But that's not what happened. This gamble paid off, and hopefully all of my gambles pay off. We're getting into the cold weather, the cold snaps. I really need the weather to dip to freezing and below, because I've still got about 40 ski coats, and of course all of the tweed jackets. They're great for cold weather as well, and the cable knit sweaters. I need people to go online and think, I'm freezing cold, I need some warm weather clothing. No, I need some cold weather clothing to stay warm. I know what I'm trying to say. I hope you do too. Anyway, that's a little insight into what I've been up to. Hopefully, this is great. Just a little put it out there, touch base with all of my subscribers and my haters as well. But yeah, it's 1:20 on the 2nd of December now, so I'm gonna crack on and just keep washing the garments, keep listing them, getting them on Vinted, on eBay. Oh, and I need help from you guys. So I desperately need to get a inventory manager, inventory manager that's capable of cross-listing between eBay and Vinted. Those are the two platforms pretty much that I do exclusively, and I do okay on them. I don't want to start introducing Depop and Etsy and stuff like that, because I just think it's spinning too many plates, isn't it? Especially with me doing the theatre work and all that sort of stuff. Come back here. So yeah, if you've got any recommendations, please let me know in the comments what you use or what you heard is good, and I can look into it. But for now, thanks very much for watching. See you on the next one. It'll be shorter than this, definitely.